we're doing is we're looking at how do we as a district look at diversity and inclusion. But let me give you the backstory, the Reader's Digest version. We are part of a grant with University of South Florida. So they have picked a few districts from across the country who will look at diversity and inclusion and see how they're actually doing it in their district to show how it can actually help with districts' funding, academic growth, and just the community as a whole. So we are one of those districts that they are looking at, that we were able to get on this grant with. So now we're taking baby steps right now to see how we can incorporate celebrating diversity and inclusion in our schools. And we use schools that are on the bus today. So if you don't know who's here, we have Park Forest Middle, who's here for Park Forest. Okay. And we have Broadmoor High, who's here for Broadmoor High. Okay. And we have Woodlawn Elementary, who's here from Woodlawn.
My expectation is just to learn more and broaden my horizon on what the struggle has been for all types of people, no matter their light, brown, dark, and just seeing how their history can affect me and helping others to make adjustments in their lives where we can move our people forward, all people forward.
Glasgow Middle, people who's here from Glasgow. Yes. And also you have some supervisors from PE and athletics who's on the bus. We have our social studies supervisor here. We have specialists from fine arts who's going to help you all with that. She's the only one who me and her can help with that. And we also have from academics, Ms. Rhonda Johnson will make sure that we do everything that we need to do. We have Ms. Karan Smith, who started with this grant, who through the efforts of it. We got to give Ms. Smith a big round of applause because of it.
What's that family name?
Get that last name, and these are the parishes that you can find Black Johnsons from. So what, as a teacher, with you being able to empower other students to look at diversity and inclusivity differently, what does this experience do for you moving forward as a teacher?
To teach them that it's not just one, or it's humanity, it's everyone. It's not just one culture or generation, it's everyone, it's human life.
And the importance of that is?
To get along, to help each other, to carry each other through this journey of life. To learn, continue to learn. You never can stop learning.
So how you gonna bring this into your classroom?
The more I look at this, the more I was thinking to make my kids, because I teach PE, we can do more than just sports. We can learn about the different type of people that do sports, who's good in it. Appreciate other cultures and what they do in the teaching, because we just didn't learn sports on our own. Other cultures had to teach us. For example, Hispanics like soccer, but they call it football. We call it soccer, but yet it's still the exact same sport, just in a different.
We
have differences. Yes.
It's a dialect, so it's like. Yeah, I am a grown woman and teacher in the class. But that student exposed that to me, and when I started telling everybody else, everybody was like, hey, go share. And I'm like, go share. Yeah, let's go get it.
My role as an educator is to provide access and opportunity, and that's what everyone deserves.
The Latino Creole heritage, losing families from war. So a lot of us were able to kind of make those personal, intimate connections to what we saw today in some form or fashion. And I think that's just where that overwhelming, the emotions, came from.
Everybody doesn't agree.
Civil rights.
One thing that I made a connection to when my son was in middle school or high school, I can't remember. One of his assignments was to attend a Spanish church, watch a movie that was, the language was totally not American. So they had like 5 things, and they had to choose 2 of them, and then come back and report on it in various different ways. You know, presentations, blah, 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 blah.
Back when I was growing up with the Jet magazines and the Beauty of the Weeks and that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So society kind of puts out what the image is, and if you sustain to that, then you kind of go with that, with what it says of whether it's beauty, what's wealthy, or what's rich, or what's this or what's that. It's not until you have your own knowledge, your own perception, as you say, to actually be defining of your life versus what somebody else says your life should look like.
Embracing diversity helps foster a sense of belonging, leading to increased morale and improved collaboration by recognizing and embracing the unique contributions of each individual. Educators can create a positive and inclusive academic environment where everyone can thrive.
When I identify myself, first things I will think about, I will never think about my color and my race. First things I will think about how people think about me, as I'm nice, that I do my good job, that I bring something to the table.
Being segregated. We had our own communities, we thrived. We were okay. Our only problem was they wouldn't leave us alone.
A lot for me being a black girl, being raised from a very racist state of Mississippi, and where I got to see so much. And so it brought a lot of things home for me. You know, just hearing my parents say different things about racism and things like that. So it helped make a huge connection as to the things that my parents told me, the things that I was taught in school, and the things that I was able to see in the museum.
The civil rights movement and what would happen if that didn't happen. And in a way, I'm kind of mad. I'm sitting here angry because we're talking about how segregation was done away with. However, in the South, I am from Michigan. That is where I was born. That is where I was raised. Everybody went to public school. That's just what you did. It's just there was one school for elementary, middle, and high, and that's where you went. And I moved down to Louisiana and to Baton Rouge, and there's all these different schools. There's public school, there's private school. Where are you going to send your kid to school? My kid's 3, and people are like, where are you going to send Fitz to middle school? Where are you going to send him to high school? I don't know. I'm worrying about where he's going to pre-K. But it's like our schools are segregated.
This has been an amazing experience. The amount of learning and growth that we've been able to embark on has been truly remarkable. In order for us to grow and move forward, we have to learn about our past. Our teachers will learn so much through this knowledge, through this growth, through what we are able to share. And so we're able to build new generations to move forward and make sure that us coming together in an equitable and diverse environment will truly make true leaders that will impact society in the future.
So we traveled to Montgomery, Alabama, which is the cradle of the civil rights movement. You know, we're here with a group of educators who have experienced the Legacy Museum,
They took a tour from enslavement to incarceration. And this morning we're here at the Rosa Parks Theater. A woman who embodies courage and standing for what she believed in and being a trailblazer for a movement that transformed a nation. So the question that was posed to me is, how can we as educators take this experience and take the knowledge that we gained here and infuse it into the classroom setting to inspire our children, to inform our children, and also to embrace diversity and to make sure that we were respectful of differences and emphasizing the need to be advocates and to take a stand. Well, they can do that easily by talking about the stories of people like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and so many other leaders of the civil rights movement and heroes throughout our nation's history. They can do it through books, they can do it through video presentations, they can do it through visits to museums just like this one, to expose our students to the realities of our history, the darkness of the past, but also the hope of our future. So as this group of exceptional educators, walk this journey with us, I'm sure that they're going to take the trinkets of understanding and knowledge that they've gained and bring it back to the classroom and think about how that can benefit the students who are living this present day time that sometimes think that there's such a distance between them and the history of the past. But they can make some connections to some of the things that they're experiencing even in present day history to their own personal experiences and make those connections through various activities, whether it be research, whether it be role playing, whether it be having them really do a deep dive analysis and make those juxtapositions to the horrors of yesterday and to the things that they consider ills of present day that they as young people are challenged with. So I just hope that we all leave here inspired and motivated to really make the connections of diversity, equity, and inclusion through the experiences that we are blessed to have as we study the contributions of those that went before us.
My name is Lester Ricard Jr., Supervisor of Health, PE, and Athletics for the District of East Baton Rouge Parish. One of the things I've enjoyed a lot about this trip is just the education and information part of how we can incorporate what we learn here into our academic curriculum. I think it's important that all kids have a respect for culture, no matter what background you are, no matter what your race, ethnicity, gender, it doesn't matter. And I think this trip has been very informative in taking things back to EBR that we can use to educate our kids, to have respect for each other's space, for each other's background and understanding each other better. And I think when you can do that, just like in sports and how just the differences in culture has made sports, I think, across the board better. I think if we do that in the academic world, you'll see a complete change in how our students approach each other and how they respect each other.